to another video. Ski on a oh yang. I don't know why my camera be acting choppy sometimes. Dang. I'll be back with another video. I can't really see myself. My jaw on charge and my camera about to die, so I had to put it on the charger real quick. I had to cut. But anyways, we got another story time on our hands. You feel me? Another story time ski on our hands. And today's story time is about how I almost went to jail in Turks. Yeah. So, Turks was like shout out Turks, bro. Turks is amazing, bro. By the way, like let's really like get into how good Turks is. Like, I would say Turks is probably the best trip I've ever been on, bro. Like getting there is calm, but like once you there, like on the resort and it's all inclusive, bro, like, and then it's just so tough. It's so tough. It's mad nice, bro. But Turks was an amazing trip, and it all started on like the third day I was there, bro, literally. So, right, we went down there not originally because it happened. We went down there for like somebody renewing their vows, right? So it was my dad's friend who was renewing his vows, and we wound up going down to Turks. They said they wanted to go to Turks for it, and we stayed at this nice resort called Beaches, right? So we stayed at the resort, you feel me? I think like the second or third day was the wedding. I'm not really sure. This all happened in the nighttime, right? So I was able to drink because drinking age was 18. I had just turned 18. I literally just turned 18. So drinking age was 18. So I was able to drink. I was drunk, OD, crazy. But that's why if y'all ever like go back to that footage, it was barely any, because I was drunk most of the time, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck, right? So I'm gonna get to the story now. It's nighttime, right? It's nighttime. We had just left the parents, like the grown-ups, like the older people, right? There was this club that is 21 up, and it's like upstairs, and it's like this one building, right? So we go. It was me and all my cousins, not all of them, but most of them, right? And my sister. So my sister was young. She's too young. Like we just had a lot of young people, right? So I had snuck in that club or whatever, said what's up to my dad. It was dry in there though. And then I had went back downstairs, and there was these guys talking to my cousins, and I'm like, who are these people? They're like, they don't know. They just came out of nowhere. So it was like this one tall one with he had a cup. They had like a pina colada, and then it was his man's, right? So they was like, yeah, no, we just walking around. That's what we was doing. We were just walking around. It's like at a certain time, the like resort is like, it's not closed, but like it's nothing open, so there'll be nothing to do. Like it was one restaurant that was open, like super late, and it was like this burger spot, and it was actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty good, and it was free. So since it was all inclusive, it was free. So that joint was low-key busting. So we was chilling around there. These bulls come up. They just chatting. We asked them where they from. One said it was from like where was he from? I think it was like he was from the DMV, and then there was another one from New York, right? And then these other people came, and they looked a little off. Like they looked like they was on something. Like it was just a little strange, right? So we asked them where they was from. They said they from Turks. So we like, oh, okay. Like, so I got curious. I instantly got curious. I'm like, yo, so like, you like from here and you be at this joint like every day? He was like, yeah, nah, I work here. I'm like, oh no. And then his mans came. It was his mans. They came up. I'm like, oh, y'all work here too? They was like, nah, we just snuck in here. I'm like, oh, what? Y'all just snuck in here. So I'm like, I guess, bro. Like, we just chilling. So I'm like, I asked him, I'm like, what y'all what is it to do out here, like out in Turks, like other than the resorts and stuff? He was like, nothing really. It's like he said it's a lot of gang violence. I'm like, oh. I'm like, what type of gangs y'all got? I'm not gonna say the gangs. I really don't really remember, but it was like, I don't know. I'm not gonna say them, but it was like it's a lot of gangs. They be having like big old guns. I'm like, oh nah. I'm like, so like, how y'all get in here? He was like, yeah, they hopped the gate in London. It was like they sectioned off the parts of the resort by like city country names and stuff. So it was like London. It was like the big pool in the back, or the front technically, but we was all the way by the beach. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I'm telling everybody, like my peoples, I'm telling my peoples, like, yeah, we out though, we out, because they looked a little strange. So we walking, right? We walking towards back to where our like, I want to say building, but like our hotel area, like our where we staying at. We went back over there. We was over by the food spot, right? So we walk over there. This big guy come out the car, and then security come, like they all like they circled us, or they didn't circle us, they cornered us, right? They put us like they by the bar. So they come up, he like, let me see y'all like IDs or whatever, y'all passes. We like, what? So we show him. He like, have y'all seen anybody that don't look like you? You feel me? Basically they were saying like, have you seen anybody that don't belong here? We like, nah. Mind you, as soon as he said that, I'm like, yo, they talking about them bulls with the cups, like them bulls. So he didn't have no gear on, like the security guy, he didn't have no like security gear on. So we talking to him, and I see the bulls behind him. They walking up. So he walking up. They walking up. The guy's like, oh yeah, it's them right there. The security guy that was behind us. He was like, it's them right there. So the bald guy walk over there. He was like, what he said? Dang, what he said? He was like, how did y'all get in here? And when the one guy was like, I work here. And the bald guy said, so do I. And he took his cup. I'm like, oh no. He was like, did they sneak in with y'all? Pointing at us. We like, what? We just showed y'all the John. Like, what are you talking about? So they doing that. They run. They bolted, right? So we just standing there like, bruh, like what? So we went back over to the food spot, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm just that hungry. We sitting by like the water area. We sitting there, bro. They come out the shadows, like the security was just kept following us, but like they was trying to make it not obvious. Like it was so weird. And then the parents had came down, like the older people had came down from the party, and they went into the food spot that was open till, I think it was like 1 a.m. I think it was open till like 3 though. They went to that food spot, and we like, yeah, nah, we was talking to the people that had snuck in or whatever, that was telling us all about the gangs and stuff. And then the security kept following us. The bulls came back. Like we sitting in the empty water park, like the abandoned, not I was about to say abandoned, but it was just empty. Like it was none, the water stuff wasn't working, so we just chilling. Like I'm sitting on top of the slide, right? So they come, the bulls that snuck in, they come, and they just talking to us. We just chatting it up with them. I'm like, oh nah, feel me? We literally was just chatting. Like we was not talking about anything really important. So we talking. We see another security guard come out the shadows. Literally, they was like riding bikes and stuff. Like, you know how that third world country stuff go. So he riding a bike. We see him. The one bull was like, yeah, no, I think it's time for us to go. So him and his mans, they go on the other side. They run across the bridge. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, the way they ran, it was nothing back there. I don't know where they was going. I'm not gonna lie. Like we walked around the whole resort. The way they was going, there was nothing over there. So they went into the darkness. Mind you, it was dark. They went to the darkness, and then they just vanished, bro. And then they kept thinking that we was like a part of that or whatever. We let them in or something. So they was watching us, but we didn't have nothing to do with none of that. They just snuck in. So yeah, that was the time we almost went to jail.
I know I said I couldn't find
In Turks. And Turks jail don't seem too fun. I'm not gonna lie, I'm cool off Turks jail.
I ain't gonna cap. I really fuck with you,
yeah, man.
But just hear me
that was
out,
the end of the story time.
Damn.
I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one. Yeah, boys.